Do you want? Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up? It's been a young minute. Oops, that's probably a bad idea. There we go. What's happening? What's cracking, y'all? Actually, I didn't adjust the mic properly. Forgive me, forgive me. We are not at the crib, unfortunately. All right, one sec. 5 seconds remaining. And there we go. What's cracking, y'all? What's happening? Y'all good? Everything's Gucci? Y'all gravy that side? We're back. Your boys out here. It's been a minute. We tried to come back last week for a quick cameo appearance. Regrettably, it wasn't even that shit went south. The patch went south, or the patch came out. And because the patch was about to come out, it broke the game, yada yada yada. Who cares? You're here for some Dota. So let's do it. It's been a minute. So for those of y'all who don't remember, I'm your boy Snare. Thanks for being out here. Thanks for joining Snare Casting. And holla at the homie. What's up, y'all? We haven't been out here in a while. Say, what's good? What's good? Anyway, one of the things that we haven't done in a very long time is actually scope some Dota 2. Oh, quite excited about this one. Got ourselves some I-League action, of course. Elephants taking on the side of Team Aster. The thing about this game that's going to be immensely enjoyable to watch, and it's going to give me a lot of joy to entertain and consider, is the fact that, you know, whenever there's a new patch that rolls around, especially, I wouldn't want to say the one of this magnitude, but one of this importance, you know, consider these are two teams that are going to TI. This is the last opportunity to get tournament experience on this patch, you know. It really means a lot. Scrims are not enough. You actually need to play in these official matchups, so quite good for these teams, and it's very healthy. Honestly, I think the teams that are here at this event, all of them are teams I think are going to do really well at TI, in large measure due to being at this event. So let's see how it all pans out. Team Aster playing on the dire side. They had first pick. They nabbed themselves Storm Spirit, Elephant, went for the Earthshaker, Quap of Pain opening duo. It has been nice to see that Queen of Pain is now viable again. So those of you who do not know, or who for whatever reason the case might be, you know, the patch notes are long, y'all. Patch notes are long. One of the reasons why you're going to see a lot more co-ops, right? They increased her damage in the lane itself, which is already, every single time you do that for a mid hero, it makes such a difference, right? But the really big difference for this Queen of Pain hero right here is the difference that got made to the Shadow Strike, which is our primary harass tool in the laning phase itself. Not only does it give you additional heal damage now, which I don't know why it needed it. It gives you heal, right, when you're using it on a target, and from creeps as well, which is kind of disgusting. And the tick damage reduction, in my opinion, isn't enough to offset how big an advantage you gain from that heal. So Queen of Pain, certainly viable in the patch right now. Storm Spirit, of course, we do see that he's been picked more and more often. We already started seeing at the very tail end of 729 Storm Spirits every other game, but now, of course, you get a better damage from the Remnant. You have a little bit less mana to pay for the Ball Lightning, so it always makes you very happy. Certainly a hero to be picked up, especially in tandem with Keeper of the Light as well. So now we see in the second phase here, Elephant decided to go for some additional defense by nabbing themselves the Omni Knight. This hero, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. They changed the strength, I believe, by... What was the value change? It was like 0.3 or 0.4 or something like that from the strength gain that you used to get. But in exchange for it, the bad boy Omni Knight here, excuse me, gets a better Guardian Angel with a lower cooldown, and Heavenly Grace is a lot better. So, like a lot better. Like a lot better. Like a lot better. Like, no, y'all don't understand. Heavenly Grace. That's a... Wow. So... Not surprising to see him being picked up here, especially considering that where the meta seems to be going right now is a little bit away from this bursty route. Since everybody does so much damage, there's no need to compose drafts entirely around the idea of just dishing out damage. So many damage spells have been buffed across the patch. So you have this Omni Knight hero who's able to give you the sustain and the necessary ability to just keep going in the fight, which might determine a lot of the action from here on out. Nothing left in life. What's hood, homie? What's hood? I mean, I hope there's some things left in life for you. But good to have you out here. Oracle, then Monkey King picked up here by Team Aster. I personally don't like this draft change, in my opinion. The phase 2, like 1 into 2. I suppose it was to balance out. The ban into pick was a little bit too strong for the side that had overall second pick, so I can understand why the idea was to change that up, because it was pretty strong getting banned into pick. So this helps a lot with that. Whether or not I still think there was another solution for this. I don't like the double up like on both sides of the draft. But I suppose that makes it like balance, right? Everybody gets a double up pick. Everybody gets at least one ban into pick. So it's whatever. It's okay. Or rather, first pick doesn't, but they get first pick. So balances out. Team Aster decided to go for this Monkey King. I mean, y'all have all seen the memes. Have you all seen the memes, the Thompson memes? Where after you see the changes to Monkey King, he's like, ah, wait, let's go. Let's play this hero again. Monkey King is going to be in almost every game, honestly. Well, for now, whilst people figure out better carries to be able to play against it, right now it just feels pretty good in the patch. There's a lot of different ways you can use this hero around the map. So that versatility, I think, comes in quite handy, especially when you have a hero like Storm Spirit who can take the primary brunt of carrying the game, dishing out the damage, buying these kind of items, whilst Monkey King just serves as a very big distraction. Put this guy down with the Wukong's command, the false promise on top of him. Suddenly there's this hero that's soaking up all the attention towards himself, leaving free reign for the Storm Spirit elsewhere in the fight. To help them deal with that Storm Spirit though, Elephant, I love this pick, honestly. Getting themselves a Death Prophet. In this game, sure, Monkey King will buy BKB at some point. Storm Spirit will now have to. You might have been able to avoid it beforehand, but you certainly have to get the BKB now. Yeah, sure, you might say to yourself, well, I've got Oracle. I don't have to worry about the Dispel on the Silence, but yeah, you do have to worry about it. As these kind of heroes that like to get in, Storm Spirit, Monkey King, if you're going to at any point jump forward, probably buy the BKB against the Silence of DP. Especially because there's no guarantee that we will not have Orchid being built by the Queen of Pain as well. Also, right now, it is unknown exactly how they're going to be laning this. I mean, this is China, right? In China, we recently seen Pos 5 Faceless Void win a tournament. So, given that, I think we should always be very hesitant to be able to allege exactly what the laning configuration is going to be like. Especially when you have two quote-unquote mid-heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
It could be Quap, it could be DP, nothing left in life. We'll see. We'll see. Team Aster now, what is going to be the final pick for them? They've had the Doom and the Bristleback banned against them. They do definitely need something in the off lane that's going to frontline a little bit. So now it's probably going to be Centaur, Beastmaster, Pango. Alright. I can roll with this. Ha. Pun not intended. Pun not intended. I can vibe with this here, Pangolier. Okay. The only concern I have about the Pango though is their actual lockdown is a little bit mediocre right now on the side of Team Aster. They need like to play perfectly this entire game. It's quite difficult to reliably never mind, GG, Elephant wins. Woo! 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 Goddamn. Alright, that last pick, I got vaccinated today, and seeing that last pick hurt more than the jab. My god. Woo! That's a good Ricky pick right here. That's yeah. I mean, they did nerf Tricks of the Trade on this hero, but I'm not worried about Tricks of the Trade, right? I'm not worried about Tricks of the Trade. What I'm worried about is the fact that there's yet another Silence that they have to deal with on the side of Team Aster. So we have to rush BKBs on White Album and Monet. XXX will probably have to do the same. Somnus will definitely buy Orchid this game. Dude, buy Orchid, definitely. Super's playing in the support capacity, Omni Knight, and of course Yang's in the off lane. So that's the decision matrix from them. I really like this Elephant draft. I feel like it's quite difficult for Aster to play the game they want until they have +3 items. Monkey King will need BKB, Echo Saber, plus 1 additional damage item. I'm not sure which one he goes for this game. The Storm Spirit needs BKB, 100% you need BKB. What do you get for damage here? Do you even go Sanj and Kaya? I'm not sure actually. It's gonna be, I mean, you actually do need the Sanj though. Like, whether you like it or not, you do need the Sanj here as the Storm Spirit. Yo, I feel like Elephant's gonna rinse this game. Let me be honest. But one thing that Aster has that Elephants do not, by any capacity, is that Aster has some incredible snowball. Look at their draft. My god. This draft has the capacity to just get completely out of control. This draft on the side of Team Aster. So they have better snowball capability. I kind of feel like if their draft gets ahead, it stays ahead a little bit easier than the Elephant side. Elephant still has to play very cognizantly of what they're doing on the map. That being said, also, the game does not look so favorable for Elephant in my opinion once we get into the latter portions of things. So, if Aster don't have great lanes, then I favor Elephant for the first like 35 minutes of the game. And then afterwards, we're back towards Aster, where the game starts to look more and more complicated for the side of Team Elephant. It'll be an interesting one. Let's go. Make your predictions. I think wait, did predictions close already? Yeah, predictions closed. Hi there, y'all who didn't get to make them. But now we're into it. Let's rock. Let's get some Dota 2 going. Some Dota 2. As finally, you know how long it's been since I've just changed this overlay? How long has it been since y'all saw this? Hold up. Here we go. Oh, that felt nice. Hey, Flocky, what's good? How's it going, Flocky? How's it going? Oh, now, getting into the game right now, I'm gonna have a small contestation around this rune spot here. We have a very nice Boundless Strike in tandem with the Illuminate Blast from Borax. Not going to be enough to zone them away from the Bounty Rune in its entirety, but good enough at the very least to dish out some damage. Full super, maybe to eat a Tango, but he's also Omni Knight. He leveled up Purification. He ain't eating shit. He's just going to enjoy life. Flocky, I'm good, fam. I'm good. I'm vaccinated, so in the next couple of days, of course, it's going to be interesting to see how my energy levels do. But we'll see how it goes. We'll be in this journey together. And one of the big journeys is going to be this mid lane matchup. Somnus taking on White Album. This right here is a classic. Mid lane matchup you used to see practically every other game. Fell off for literal years. Because either one or the other of these heroes was in vogue at a time. Been a while since we've had both, but now that they're here, traditionally this matchup would favor the Queen of Pain in the laning phase, but then Storm Spirit would be able to find mechanisms for catch up a little bit later. So we'll see if that received wisdom still holds all this time later, or if the changes to the meta, changes in pathing, changes in the players themselves have had this be a different set of circumstances. Thus far, it is Somnus who is putting out more of the pressure on White Album. However, Storm is just shy of the gold for his bottle. Somnus should have his on the way already. And there we go. White Album has also got his coming. Everything's fine. So that'll allow us to take a gander down to the bottom lane. Where, oh, hold on, I just want to turn off something. Not casting in game, so we don't need the open mic. Eurus in the lane versus XXX and Borax. He, of course, will have the additional backup from Super. And towards middle, you know, Somnus and White Album, lol, fighting over the Water Rune. And the wall's gonna get won by White Album. FY on the other side. Grab the other Water Rune, and you might need to pop the Fissure to keep Somnus alive, and indeed he does. Fairy Fire will also make sure that Somnus does not fall to the Storm Spirit, but it did come closer than you would have expected. And now, because this Earth Spirit has had to rotate from the top side of the map, or now is going to be space to jump onto Yang. Will they be able to get this kill? Does not seem like it. Spirit Siphon managing to keep this Death Prophet alive for now. Fortunately for them, once they do rotate off this Earthshaker, it is a little bit more difficult to completely zone back the DP, so she still has some place to play in the lane. Not like she's going to lose out entirely on experience, but certainly a rougher experience for her now. Down bottom. See Super doing what he can to just make sure that this lane equilibrium is as good for Eurus as humanly possible. Eurus, of course, going to oblige by getting as much CS as he can. Up to 18 right now, outstripping the Monkey King, which is going to be quite important for this game. The Ricky needs to be ahead of the Monkey. Just a cardinal thing that needs to happen here. Super went, he was probably thinking about either interrupting the stack or interrupting the bounty rune grab. Could only do the former, but still good enough for him. Top lane. Ooh, nice fissure coming in from FY. Will block off Landem, will allow them to grab the first blood in the top lane. Crypt Swarm from Yang will enable them to bring down this Oracle. Great kill from the side of Elephant to start off proceedings here in game 1. And they need that Lanem Oracle in the top lane because Monkey King cannot stand mano a mano versus that Death Prophet. So it'll allow for Yang to finally start getting some experience. I mean, to be fair, there is more experience for Monkey King right now, but things will start to get a lot better for Elephant on that side of the map. The mid lane is going quite decently for them. The Storm Spirits ahead on CS, but also got a pretty big camp first. So here's Super, yet again, blocking the stack attempt. They give Somnus this water rune this time around. And with the CS advantage for Eurus being pretty substantial there in the bottom lane. It's early game for the side of Elephant. Looking kind of good. And top lane, Monet's in danger. Monet's gonna die. Crypt Swarm, is he dead? Oh, no, he doesn't. Woo! Barely gonna end up surviving, but there is no salve available on that side of the map. Oracle is going there, though, with the salve, so that's where the healing potential will come from. I'm also very interested to see the direction of the itemization for this Quap and as well as for the Storm Spirit. I would naively think that Storm goes Sanjin Kaya into BKB. Does leave, you know, it's a bit over-emphasizing the defensive capabilities, but I do think that the scenario is dire enough. And speaking of Storm Spirit, in the mid lane, no level 6 just yet for either of these heroes, and they're trying to debate each other. Somnus able to disjoint the last hit. White Album, will he tick out here? Will he die? Pops the Fairy Fire, still going to be in good stead. So it doesn't seem like he will be brought down. In the top lane though, Yang might be in some danger here. The Jingu Mastery will proc off from Monet. Boundless Strike does emerge. And with the root from the Fortunes in, Landem ensures that they can bring down the Death Prophet. Great start now for the side of Team Aster, getting themselves a kill in that top lane. Allowing this Monkey King to catch up to the net worth of Eurus, who's been effectively farming uncontested down in the bottom lane. Unfortunately, between himself and XXX, neither of them can really hurt each other, so it's just been a farm trade. Top lane, they want to make a life trade and take away Lanems, but defense is coming. Monet will jump in now with the Boundless Strike, looking to get some kind of reprisal here, looking towards Yang. Huge amounts of damage coming in, and they will be able to bring down that Death Prophet. Jump again with the Tree Dance. Will they find the Primal Spring? Nice catch from FY, slicing down the tree before the Monkey King is able to do real damage, but nonetheless, they'll still come out the Primal Spring. Landem held him in position long enough for Monet to catch up. And for Team Elephant, this is the last thing they needed, because Monkey King now, with 3 kills to his name, this is the beginnings and the makings of a snowball. Another big issue is that Death Prophet is the only real source of tower push on the side of Elephant. So if she's having a bad time, it means that the pace of the game is going to be slowed down substantially for Elephant overall. Aster for now will just be happy to keep farming on the map. Like I mentioned earlier, I do think they have the better late game here. Jump in. Oh, White Album. And it just to dodge the fissure. Very nicely done. Will he be able to bring down Somnus? Almost. The Queen of Pain does manage to jump back. And now more mana coming in for the Storm Spirit. Sonic Wave thrown in. They use all the mana just to avoid the Sonic Wave. So now White Album gets baited into a bad position. Taken out by FY. Somnus didn't go back to base because he was baiting with his own life. Unfortunately, the Storm Spirits take said bait. And the trap snaps shut around him. And they get a massive kill in the mid lane. Made bigger though by the fact that Queen of Pain didn't actually have to retreat back to the base due to this. She's gonna go back now, but got to clear out an entire wave while Storm Spirit was dead. All the while, of course, Eurus still farming very calmly and casually down in the bottom lane. Not too far away from having the full Diffusal Blade. Back towards middle. White Album. Just wanted to get a D-ward. Will manage to do so. Making sure that the deny will not emerge from the Earthshaker thanks to the Electric Vortex. And down bottom, looks like they want to try and do something about Eurus. Dust of Appearance will be popped now. Will they have enough for this kill? No, they won't, because Eurus, let us not forget, he is north of 10,000 MMR, understands the matchup he's in, and just TPs out to safety. And now in the top lane, Monet trying to survive against Yang. Uses the Wukong's command so he can get some bonus armor, hoping that would protect him against the Exorcism Ghost. Regrettably, the armor doesn't protect him. The damage, not enough to kill Yang either. And the first usage of these ghosts, more so than just getting some damage on the tower, will bring down a very large Monkey King. We see the rotation towards top for XXX. Gonna try find some revenge here, looking for this Death Prophet. Unfortunately, Spirit Siphon came out, as well as there being the Heavenly Grace from Super. With the Ghost returning, Omni Knight will make sure that this DP stays at full HP. They do have 4 heroes around this top lane though, so Elephant not being the most efficient with their movement here. They need to get this kill on Borax. Will they be able to do so? Seems like it, and there we go. Tricks of the trade with the Spirit Siphon. It is enough to nab them the kill. They do now know that FY is isolated in the mid lane, so White Album will finally put himself on the board with that kill. Unfortunately, it does come at a cost, as this top tower certainly going to end up falling, and they themselves on the side of Team Aster can't really apply that much pressure onto any of these other towers on the map either. Oh snap, God de Jaeger. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Anybody in chat who happens to have a subscription or enough channel points to buy an emote, do me a favor. Do me a favor. We are now in the presence of royalty. Shout out to the Jägermeister, who's been putting in that work, who's just been out here. Amazing guy. Here in the river, Super trying to get himself the rune away from White Album. Unfortunately, that does come at the cost of his own life. And now Somnus jumped after him, so Somnus may be in danger as well. Sonic Wave not gonna buy enough space because a beautiful Electric Vortex from White Album will allow him to hold the Quap in position long enough that the blink does not come back. That was a really heads-up play from White Album. Not trying to go for the kill, but literally just being like, well, if I prevent her from blinking, we'll still kill her despite the Sonic Wave. And he makes that happen. And looks like the choice... Okay, this is one of the beautiful things from back in the day. It used to be that this matchup, Storm Spirit versus Quap, was always just a race. Who could get to Orchid first? And whoever got to Orchid first tended to win their games. And then for a long time, Queen of Pain started to get the Orchid first so reliably that Storm Spirits were forced into buying Yule Scepters and or early BKBs. But this time around, White Album gonna harken to a bygone era. He's gonna go for the Orchid first. Sussing out that the same is not true from the Queen of Pain. She's in fact going for the Mage Slayer to start off her draft. So does open up an opportunity for the Storm Spirit. I'll tell you all the story of where I've been in between the games. Yeah, I'll tell you all the story. Yeah, it's a long story. So, top lane. You see the first big smoke of the game. What? Eurus with the reactions. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough. He'll still end up getting brought down. Managed to drop down the smoke screen before White Album could connect on top of him. Regrettably, it only buys a few moments of time, but an impressive play nonetheless. Team Aster. One thing that's worrying me is the fact that Eurus and the gang... Eurus hasn't been really advancing all that much. He hasn't still finished his Diffusal Blade. Erstwhile, Monkey King is not who I'm worried about. I'm really worried about how well this Pangolier is doing right now. I mean, check him out, y'all. XXX. Almost at the point where he has the full Maelstrom. Has it now. Or can decide to finish the Blink Dagger or goes for the Maelstrom so he can farm faster in the meantime. But he's getting huge. Very, very big. And the thing is, they actually, all the tools they would have for dealing with a Pangolier requires them to make the initial jump. You know, you have to either burst Pango, silence him with the smoke screen, silence him with the DP silence. There's several things you have to do to succeed against that hero, and the better his game is, the harder it is to do these things against them. See the first big smoke here, Eurus smoked up with Super, whilst Yang and Somnus are in mid, pushing with the Exorcism. Big jump going towards Yang. Eurus, who can he find as the target? Gets on Borax at the same time though they bring down Yang, and now False Promise onto Borax keeps him alive, does not allow Eurus to actually bring him down. 4 Euros caught by the fissure of FY. Stops the team as the team in their tracks, so they won't be able to do much more than just kill Super right now. XXX the one to snag his life. The tier 1 tower, I do not believe it's in deny range. Oh, it is. Oh, they deny it. Wonderful. Even better. You force them to use Ghost Middle. You kill the hero with Ghost. You kill Omni Knight. You still deny the tower. And you do all of this without actually compromising your own farm on the map. And they might actually get the life of Eurus or FY. Okay, FY is definitely going to die here. This is always the thing. Earthshaker drafts. Right now, it's still not so bad, but the next 7 minutes are going to be crucial. Because they need to figure out a way to get this Blink Dagger for this Earthshaker sooner rather than later. In the previous patch, every other game had Lion in it. And Lion was one of those heroes where we would see that teams would need to make a point of it to give enough space on the map for an early Blink Dagger to emerge from the Lion. Earthshaker even more reliant on Blink than the Lion is, honestly. Aster, they're gonna smoke up in the top lane. Isn't this exactly where they killed Eurus last time? Indeed it is, and he's gonna die once more in the same place. Echo Slam from FY, not gonna help him. And unfortunately, they need to start backing away here from Elephant. XXX goes in with the Rolling Thunder. They get the catch onto FY. They come out with the Purifying Flames and the Heavenly Grace rather, and the Purification, and it allows them to turn and at least secure the 2 kills on the supports. Oh, look at this. Yule Scepter thrown out onto the Pangolier. Tosses him into the air, doesn't allow him to escape, and he does get off a swashbuckle. Still alive. Somnus, is he gonna die to White Album? Yes, he will. 4 heroes have fallen in the top lane. Yang has the Spirit Siphon, will not die here to White Album, who's trying to TP out, but Yang will rather turn the tide on top of him. What just happened? 8 heroes die in the top lane. The only survivors being Monkey King, not even present, and Yang, who cleaned up at the end of this fight. And now Monkey King, will he be able to get Yang as revenge here? Thought about chasing further. Eurus, though, is nearby. So the right decision is made by Monet. Once he sees that the Wukong's command hasn't landed flush, he realizes it's a bad idea to continue pursuing that Death Prophet, who now suddenly is top 2 in net worth on the map. For me, the game starts to get more dangerous from Elephant. The next, like, few levels for this DP. Because the silence, yo. Silence, 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 silence. Level 1 silence is good. Level 2 silence changes a lot with the heroes in question in this game. Borax in the top lane has an Orchid? Okay. Rushed an Orchid on this Keeper of the Light. I imagine the idea was so that they have not just one additional silence, but potentially some way to keep heroes alive when Ricky jumps on top of them. But didn't help out that time, unfortunately. I wonder if Somnus is going to react by getting himself a BKB or Orchid. Looks like he's just going... Okay, I was about to say that made no sense to me. Like, BKB makes sense. As soon as he sees that there's not just one Orchid, but 2, it's time to go BKB. He really wanted to get an Orchid of his own first, but like I was mentioning earlier, if the other team gets Orchid before you, you have to pivot. Unless you are right around the corner from the item, there's no way you'll be given the full leeway to build it up slowly. Now, with Heavenly Grace atop the Queen of Pain, they're looking for some potential targets down bottom. Unfortunately for them, White Album and Borax have already gotten the hell out of dodge in safe positions, but they're also getting reinforcements. They are stacking up. Everybody except for Monet is in the area for the side of Team Aster. XXX also now has access to the level 2 Rolling Thunder. Do they want to take the fight, or are they just making sure that they have enough defense for White Album? FY doesn't have Blink Dagger just yet, so there's no worry about the Blink Echo Slam. Both teams. Small stalemate here in the bottom side of the map, whilst Eurus and Monet are just farming more northernly, and both teams realize this is not the most efficient use of resources, so they will rather decide to retreat and soak up the available pockets of farm on the map. Somnus recognizes the importance of getting this BKB. White Album recognizes that I probably need BKB as well, but Monet has BKB now, so one BKB is enough for Team Aster to feel it's time to go fight. As they smoke up, White Album leading the charge. Will come across Eurus. What a time to be alive. Super try to help with the GA. Unfortunately, more than enough magic damage. And he wasn't in position to throw out the Heavenly Grace. Given where the hero was, that is so unfortunate. He was positioned here. If he was on the other side, maybe Eurus lives, but regrettably he's not. So Eurus will end up taking a tumble. And the tier 1 tower will follow him into the grave. Real talk, Aster snowballing. Aster snowballing. This is very, very scary. And the thing is, Eurus is not having a particularly good game right now. It's his third death on the map. Hasn't really been able to walk with his team and make something happen once he got the Diffusal Blade. They got the 1 kill on Borax, but definitely not worth it. And not the reason you want to pick heroes like Ricky. Fissure from FY down bottom will prevent Monet from jumping on top of him with the Primal Spring. Sadly, FY is spending time on that side of the map trying to soak up farm. Even though he's not getting killed, he's not farming. So he's getting further away from the Blink Dagger. Erstwhile, XXX has his. So they can smoke again on the side of Team Aster and go for a fight. Eurus still wants Manta really badly. Love that Borax is going for the Blink Dagger after getting Orchid as well. It'll allow him to sit a bit further back in the fight and use the Orchid sort of as a big surprise tool. But the really scary thing is what happens after White Album finishes his BKB. Because then they'll have double BKB on the side of Team Aster, double Orchid with those BKBs. And they'll still have the Blink Dagger from XXX to get them further into the fight. Erstwhile, if you look at the side of Elephant, still don't have the first BKB from the Queen of Pain. Ricky still quite a ways away from actually having Manta style. So Elephant, though their lanes were decent enough, their mid game after that has just been pure class from the side of Team Aster. Monet almost has enough money at the very least to start buying components for the Skadi. Once he gets Skadi, it's one of these games. Oh, bottom, just a quick kill for White Album. Just picks off FY quite easily there. Good job. Well, luckily for FY, he did buy a Blink Dagger before he died. And oh, there might be some revenge, but now White Album's already TPing out. There's no Yule Scepter, and with FY being dead, no TP cancel anywhere nearby. Yang also wants BKB, so they have a upcoming small little spike here of having double BKBs on Yang and Somnus. Eurus, regrettably, is still going to be far away thanks to the Manta purchase. He might actually decide to skip it as well, given how things are going right now. But with the dual BKBs, I do think they should be strong enough to take a fight somewhere on the map, on the side of Elephant. Especially because the longer they go without doing that, like I said, this game does not bode well for them in the late game. They need to start making things happen right here and right now. Especially not with Monet having bought Battle Fury, because I think Monet could see the writing on the wall that they're going to really struggle from the offlane with Yang having been slowed down so much. It slowed down the whole game, so it becomes more and more difficult to imagine them doing really well. So he allowed himself the opportunity to treat himself. Treat yourself, Monet. Buy that Battle Fury. Farm it up. Did just have a quick trigger on the Wukong's command. Now they know that Wukong's is down. So if they can find a clean jump, if they can reveal this Blink Dagger, FY, is he the one that's going to go for it? Is he going to find Monet? They get... Oh, Boundless Strike hits Eurus. And Monet gets out in time. They didn't have the clean vision. And Monet is gone. Oh, that is so sad. They had him. It was right in front of him, but regrettably, the opportunity for the kill will not happen anymore. Eurus still trying to scout for somebody. They will be able to at least find the fissure out. An Oracle. Is he gonna die? No, Lanem stays alive. Gets off a false promise on himself. He's still good. They even pop Sonic Wave for that. And now the silence goes out onto Eurus. He doesn't have BKB, remember. He's gonna get taken down. Yang might be forced into the BKB TP out route. And he can't now. It's too late. Throws out the ghost just to try and threaten them back. Double Spirit Siphon will be going. He's hoping to at least make them reconsider jumping back on top of him. But now with his BKB having expired, they're gonna go make that direct jump. Fissure is there from FY to interrupt this with the Echo Slam as well. Buying as much time as they can for Yang. But they're out of damage. They've already committed the Sonic Wave. The Ghost, though, doing quite a bit. XXX forced to ride roll away. Will he live? No, he won't. Gets brought down by the Ghost of Yang. At the same time, White Album able to get the jump on the Super. But now, look at the Fissure from FY. With the silence onto the Storm Spirit. White Album finally goes down. Yang, Ghost going, chasing down Lanem. Borax suddenly isolated. Will they be able to bring him down? No, they won't, because they brought back on the Oracle. Monet. Will they be able to at least bring down Yang? The Ghosts have already gone back. The heal has already been given. And Yang will be no much longer for this world. Taken out by Borax. Massive fight at the end of the day. Very topsy-turvy, but Elephant actually holding their own somewhat. Eurus sure ends up dying without being able to contribute all that much to the fight. But despite losing Eurus early, despite popping early BKBs, they kept going for a while. And now here's Eurus trying to jump onto this Monkey King. Eurus, my friend, think about